Thanks, you guys, for watching Nightline. A bunch of you have said nice things to me on my DMs, etc. So thank you. I appreciate it. You guys always can reach out and send me gossip on my Instagram, Wilkie_Dana. I check it probably every other day because I have to focus so much on my research for my content because I like to do the deep dive when I do my show. I don't like to just, hubbub. It's boring for me. And I don't know, I somehow think it might be boring for you. So I wanted to make a quick announcement before I get into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Part 1 Reunion, Season 3. I said that kind of in a weird way. And that is that I will be announcing on the podcast this Sunday what happened really to Heather's eye, because I actually know. I bet you wonder how I know, but I know. Anyway, I was waiting for the reunion to come out to spill the tea, and I teased it for a really long time, just like Heather Gay did. My goodness. So now it's at the end of the road, the black eye. So I wanted to let you know that. Go listen to the Dishing Drama Dana podcast this Sunday, and it is 100% on there. Okay, and I'll also be covering Paris Hilton's secret baby and the Playboy murders. What else am I covering? Oh, some super juicy Real Housewives of New Jersey gossip. Yeah, about Teresa and Louis. So I'm going to leave it there. I think I teased that enough. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about this. This came out last night. Jen Shah announced that she's launching a website, dearjenshaw.com. And she wrote, "Thank you to my loyal fans who have remained supportive through this tough yet very enlightening time in my life. With the strength of my husband, children, close family, and friends, I'm ready to tell my true story without any misrepresentations or editing present." I believe why she set this up is she's planning on blogging from jail. You can see, I made a comment on the top. I see blogging from jail in her future. Often sentencing consultants will tell you to try to use your time wisely. So they'll say, write your book. And they'll also say you can send messages using the email and the phone call you get every day to update if you're a public figure, your fans, etc. while you're in prison. And that's a good use of time. And you can also generate revenue from it. And there's some people who've gotten huge followings from doing this type of blogging outside of Housewives. So I thought I would share that with you. Now, obviously, you should be very careful in giving Jen Shah your email address, given the fact that part of her indictment and later guilty plea include taking emails from different sources and selling them to people, right? So they could be exploited in scams. So I'd be very careful giving Jen your email address because of that reason. Also, I wonder if the judge finds out that she's, doing this and, through email, getting people's email addresses, whether or not the judge is going to be okay with that given her past crime. You're not supposed to duplicate a business that you've done before. Now, it's possible she's not going to do anything with these emails, and she's got a disclaimer in there that says, hey, this email is only going to be used for the purposes of this website. But I don't know that, and I'm not giving my email to find out. So there you go, as curious as I may be. So last night, Heather Gay came out with the fact that her company is getting sued by the Mormon Church. It's really a trademark issue. It isn't about blocking the book release. I just want to clarify that. Let me read you something. Trademark. The LDS opposes Bad Mormon's trademark. Back in August 2021, the brand Heathertainment Inc. filed an intent to use trademark application for the term Bad Mormon. Although the application focused on trademarking the name for use on beverage containers, clothing, and podcasts, most people now link the name to Real Housewives star Heather Gay's upcoming book, Bad Mormon, set for release in February of 2023. In the notice of opposition, the LDS claims that registration of the Bad Mormon trademark would create a likelihood of confusion, trademark dilution, falsely suggest a connection to the church, and be otherwise deceptive. The church also provided its extensive list of registered marks, which includes Mormon and several variations in their request to prevent registration. This is far from the first time the LDS has gone after smaller organizations that attempted to trademark terms containing the word Mormon. The intellectual property arm of the church, Intellectual Reserve Inc., IRI, tried to block a dating app from using the name Mormon Match in 2014. It did the same against the Mormon Mental Health Association. Anyway, that's really the issue here. Now, of course, causing problems for the book is beneficial for the Mormon Church, too. And there is that underlying, I'm sure, agenda with attacking the copyright that Heather's trying to do regarding the use of the word Mormon with the book, etc. So there's that. One thing I want to say about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Reunion Part 1 episode is that I don't understand, to this day, with all the gossip I know, why Heather Gay is standing Ride or Die by Jen Shah after, on every season, it's come out that Jen Shah has said horrific things about Heather Gay. It just makes no sense. I mean, in every season. So, and she really is saying them, like, for a fact, I know. So it's like, I wonder if the producers are telling Heather she has to stay close with Jen. I just don't understand it. Not now, but up to the point that she was fired. All right, for fun, let me play you a clip from the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Reunion Season 3, Part 1, so we can talk about it, in case you haven't seen it.
You were roller skating in San Diego. You seem to insinuate that Meredith had a pill problem.
No, I don't pop pills, bitch. You do. It wasn't about that. Jen had said that when we were in Zion's, Meredith was on something with Heather. Okay.
The night that I locked myself in my room.
That was
hold on. You said she popped pills.
True.
You said she popped pills.
Jen had told me that they popped some pills before.
That Jen and I did?
In my room. She told me that you two were both ketamine or something, and that's why I said it. And it was, maybe it's a bitchy thing to say, but I mean, that's what I was told.
It is a bitchy thing to say, Lisa.
Yeah.
It's
well,
not
we all
maybe,
say a lot of
it
bitchy
is.
things. I'm not the only one.
No, you are not.
We can move on now.
Calling someone a pill popper is kind of goes beyond being a bitchy thing.
That's
It's actually an accusation.
pretty vile.
I mean,
Well, so
called
there's a lot of
slander.
accusations flying all
Yes.
over here. So
Yes.
it's like, is mine worse than any of the other ones?
you were roller
So some
skating.
people were wondering if ketamine is given in a pill. It is. It's given in a bunch of different ways, but it does have a pill. And it's a synthetic compound used as an anesthetic and analgesic drug, also illicitly as a hallucinogenic. And they use it for treating depression, recreational use, and therapy. I've seen, like, they say it will put you on it and then, like, help you through it. I don't know. Oh boy. So Meredith, the allegation is that Heather and Meredith were on ketamine in Zion. I thought you guys would enjoy that. Meredith calls Jen. Jen denies, saying that Heather and Meredith were on ketamine. You can't believe anything Jen says, and you can't really believe anything Lisa says, although the fans love Lisa Barlow. So they'll probably choose to believe her. And by the way, the fans have been saying forever that Meredith is on something, not ketamine, but they've been saying that she talks like she's on, like, a downer or something, like drags her words. So I think Lisa's playing on that. She studies the fans. Boy, let me tell you. Heather says she can't remember anything. She blacked out completely from drinking, not ketamine, and that she just doesn't know what happened, and nobody seems to know what happens, and everybody just recalls bits and pieces, and that's what she says. But is it the truth? Okay, so one thing that was said at the reunion by Andy Cohen was that he invited Jen Shah to go to the reunion, and her legal team said no, but I thought that was really strange because I heard from people that were talking to Jen Shah that she was not invited to the reunion. So I am very confused as to what he's talking about. Maybe this was a, like, we don't think you should come, but you can come if you want kind of offer, so it didn't come off sincere. I also heard that Jen's team didn't feel at all supported by Bravo towards the end of filming season 3, filming and not airing. So I'm confused. I'm very confused. And he said that she was fired. So before the reunion was shot. So I don't know, something's weird there. Angie Harrington has a featured argument with Lisa on whether or not she set Lisa up in this gossip that she gave someone a BJ for jazz tickets. Angie says she never said it. It's ridiculous. Whitney is like, kind of admits she never said it, but she does it in a convoluted way, so no fans will figure out what the hell she's saying because it was so confusing. And then Lisa still won't accept Angie on that basis and sides still with Whitney. The reality is that Whitney tried to invite a guy that Lisa was allegedly having an affair with to a group event that was on camera to shock her and surprise her in season 2. So, you know, this whole routine about her protecting Lisa and feeling badly about it now in season 3, you know, these rumors were started by Whitney for sure. This has always been Whitney's strategy. She just was worried about her job. She had to break rank with Heather. Another moment was Angie K doing this whole hubbub about the drink being poured over her head and how she kept, you know, Jen kept her on a leash and she had to do things a certain way or Jen wasn't going to support her being on the show, which I guess means she wouldn't shoot with her. And I told you in, I think it was my last video about Dana Bowie's gossip, or was the one right before that. I'll put the 2 links into my last 2 Salt Lake City videos because I've known a lot of this tea for a long time that's kind of sort of coming out in this reunion. So anyway, but basically Angie K was never Jen's friend. It was the only way she could get casted on the show. So she did it. And then she switched to where she always wanted to be, which was not her friend by the end. And Jen knew it, played along with it, and, you know, didn't care about her at all and, you know, made good TV like she does with the drink on her. Faces of Reality 16 posted this in case you missed it. She said, is just a tradition now on Real Housewives of Salt Lake City for a cast member to be exposed as problematic right before filming is supposed to start. Clown. This is a Kanye design, by the way. Supposedly, Angie K went with this guy to this fashion show, and he was wearing a White Lives Matter shirt designed by Ye. Anyway, obviously, the fashion show people were pretty upset because he went up to a model that, as it says at the bottom, someone decided to show up to our runway dressed like this and proceeded to ask for a picture with a dark-skinned model. He was kicked out. So that's the story behind this. And there's another picture of Angie K with this guy wearing the White Lives Matter shirt that got kicked out. So Faces of Reality is talking about season 4, by the way, not season 3 in that post. Okay, just to be clear. Some of the fans will be happy about the fact that he wore that shirt, and some of the fans will be unhappy about the fact that he wore that shirt. But needless to say, let's talk about kicking off season 4 to a crazy, controversial start, especially given what's happened with past Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast members and the theme, the underlying theme of racism that seems to exist in Utah per the show, right? Per the show. What do you guys think of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Reunion Season 3 Part 1? I really felt like Andy Cohen wasn't interested in the season, and it came across in the way that he ran the reunion. It was like he was going through a checklist of plot points that he himself wasn't even that interested in. And then he didn't go outside of the show to the gossip that exists outside the show and really get into it with them. And so it made for a very boring show for me. I also felt that some of the attributes of the women that, they weren't featured. There was, it just really was flat for me. I was like, nobody's really talking except Angie Harrington at one point and Lisa and Heather. Meredith wasn't really involved. It missed the mark for me. That's my opinion. But you guys have your own opinion. I am so open. If you might say something, I'll go, oh yeah, That's so true. Forget what I just said. I always change. I pivot all the time. It's what's fun for me. And you guys have so many really great things that you say. So, all right, you guys, thanks so much for watching. I listen to Dishing Drama Dana episode. What day is it? Hold on. It's January 29th. January 29th show. Okay? So if you're watching this YouTube video and it's past that point, you can go back in time and go listen to it at 2023, by the way. Okay. Bye, you guys.